to get any of your questions answered. So thank you for joining us this morning for the Cloud Service Portal webinar. My name is Mary Truitt. I'm an account manager here at KTL Solutions. We also have on the call Steve Reed, who's our Director of Sales and Marketing, and he's going to be showing us some demo of the portal today. So a little bit about today's agenda. We're going to be going over what exactly the Cloud Service Portal is, showing you a demo, and then going through some next steps about how to get started with this portal. Okay, so KTL has developed the Cloud Service Portal. As you know, we're a Tier 1 CSP with Microsoft. So all of you on this call today provision your licensing for Office 365, Dynamics 365, and some of you have Azure tenants with us as well, directly through us, and we provision your Microsoft licensing. So the purpose of building this portal is to give you an easy-to-use self-service tool to manage all your licensing. And when we say manage, we mean increase licensing, decrease, and add new licensing types. This is going to be a real-time integration with Microsoft. So when you provision licenses through our portal, they will show up in your admin portal for Office 365 or Dynamics 365 within about a minute. So it's a real-time connection, so there's no lag in updating your licensing counts. Another purpose of this was to create a secure and easy-to-use payment option. So previously, when you were trying to provision new licensing with us or add licenses, we were giving you a quote, then you would approve the quote, we would send you an invoice, and then we'd have to wait for payment on the invoice to then add your licenses to your tenant. So this is a very streamlined and easy way to pay for your licenses and then see them in your admin portal almost instantly. Eventually, our goal here is to create this as the automated platform of which all recurring billing for KTL Cloud products will flow through. And we'll talk a little bit about that at the demo and on next steps. So just an overview of the portal. Up here, you'll see the link, and you'll get that in the email afterwards, so you can try to log in and play around with it and add some licenses. Again, it's a real-time connection to Microsoft. So an important note here, the types of licenses that can be managed. All Microsoft Dynamics and Office 365 licenses or Microsoft 365 licenses can be managed through our portal. This includes commercial, nonprofit, academic, or government, the GCC licenses. GCC high licensing is not included in this, as that's a more manual process that's done with Microsoft. You can manage all the licenses that you have purchased through KTL, which means we cannot manage licenses that you have bought directly through Microsoft or what's called WebDirect on an enterprise agreement or through another partner. You won't be able to see those in this portal, so if you have licenses like that, it might be a good time to try to consolidate with one partner or one licensing platform. Secure payment options for new or increased licensing counts. So when you're adding licenses here, you can pay via credit card or ACH, and we'll talk about that a little bit in the demo. So the login process for the portal. You're going to log in with your Office 365 credentials, and this logo over here is exactly what you'll see when you go to log in to the portal each time. It's a very easy way to remember to log in. You don't have to manage any other logins or credentials with us. This screenshot is what you're going to see the first time you log in. This is just asking for permission so that you can sign into an external app that's using your Office 365 credentials. You may, as a user, not have the permission to accept the app. You may need your system admin to do this. If you don't have a system admin internally that can do this, please contact KTL for your partner, and we can assist you in getting this set up. I am now going to kick this over to Steve Reed, our Director of Sales, and he's going to walk you through a demo of the portal.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Start sharing my screen here. Let me. Okay. Mary, let me know when you can see the.
We can see your screen.
Okay, great. Okay, so as Mary said, this is what you're going to see when you log in and you get to this. Currently, I'm at CSP-test because this is a demo and test portal that we're just showing for this, but the URL will be the one outlined in the presentation earlier for that. So you're going to log in here. You're going to log in with your credentials. Office 365 credentials here, and I'm going to use my demo credentials and log in. Okay, so this is now your landing page that you're going to land in, and what you're going to see is it's one acknowledging that you are who you say you are. So you see Steve, and then here under KTL Demo Customer this will outline your tenant name and information here, so that you're going to be able to see your company name and information here regarding the name of your tenant. So we're doing, as you'll see after we finish the demo, there are some roadmap things coming to add some additional UI things and additional information on this main page here. But the key pieces for today, in terms of really getting you guys started to be able to add and provision new licenses, is over here in this section here. So one of the first things that you need to do to get set up is really to create a billing profile. So in our portal, you have essentially two ways to make payments on your invoices or on your newly provisioned licenses. One's going to be via credit card, and the other is going to be via ACH. So here it's very easy to set up. I'm going to show you here under Add Billing Profile. So clearly, to set up we already have a demo credit card profile set up, but here you can set up additional billing profiles with credit card and fill and set up this information. It's very basic. This is all being validated and stored in Stripe. It's not stored in the portal. It's actually part of the Stripe integration. So this is all processed and stored in a secure location. Is what we're using for credit card validation. So you can do that here, or the other option is to be able to set up via an ACH billing profile, which many customers prefer to do rather than credit cards. And also when we get into some of the recurring licensing models for your annual or quarterly or whatever your licensing, your billing cycle is, that you can then pay those monthly, quarterly, or annual invoices through an ACH rather than putting it on credit cards. So here, what you would do, and I'm just going to go through this because the process is a little different. And let me put in my test information here. I got to try to remember. Okay, save that as my ACH profile. Okay, so one of the things that's required in an ACH is there is a verification process. It's a two-step process. Not only do you put this in, but there's a two-step process for you that we send a test transaction to you, to your bank, so that we make sure that it's verified and validated, and it requires a positive confirmation back from you of this verification process. To be able to do that. So you would go in here, and what's going to happen is there's going to be into your bank account, there will be two small microtransactions and deposits that are put into your account from us that go in there, that you do this. So this is a 1 to 2 day process that comes in. You're going to get this notification. These deposits will take 1 to 2 business days. Once received, once those are in your bank account, you would then go to the profile page, and this is going to show up here. You're going to see your ACH account set up, but then you are going to click verify here. So when it comes to verify, what you then have to do is to put in your the deposit amounts that were listed on your account. So the 2 micro deposits that come into your account, they're going to be listed on your account, and you just need to put those in here to this system to verify that and get those in, and then to be able to complete the verification. Garrett, real quick, what were the 2 deposit amounts for the test account?
It's going to be 32 and 45.
Okay. So then the deposit amounts that come into your account are here, and you can just click save. once that's there, now we see that ACH is an approved billing profile that you can use for payment of licenses or invoices or things like that. So that will has been verified. The verify button is gone, and now that is there. So first thing is really to create your billing profiles. It's important to get, whether it's credit card or ACH or both, to get those set up so that as you come in to provision licenses, you already have those set up. I will show you though how when you go in to place an order, you can use alternative credit cards or alternative other credit cards to make payments if you don't want to use your default account that you've got set up. So anyway, the first thing is, again, set up billing profiles that you have here. Second would be, I want to show you here. So this would then be under the cloud licenses. This is now your subscription page. So this information here should match what you see in your admin panel. This would be the list of all of the different types of licenses that you have subscribed to that are in your current tenant. So this should match, when you log in. This is, again, as a real-time connection, this is what you're going to see. So let's go through the process of what frequently happens and the types of requests that we get on a day-to-day basis is, I need to add licenses, I need to decrease licenses, or I may need to add some, different types of licenses under some add-on offers to that. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to go here to Office 365, and what this shows you is that the number of licenses you have, and this will represent your current price. What the price between KTL and you is, that will be the current pricing that you have. Every customer's got their price list and pricing information, and that will match your current pricing that is there. So you have the ability to do a couple of different things here. First of all, if you said, I've hired some new employees and they're starting on Monday and I need to get 2 more licenses, 2 more E3 licenses that I need to add, you're just going to go to the button where it says add and remove licenses. This is going to show you your current, over here, your existing licensing, the product, the total number of licenses you have, and currently what your monthly billing, the monthly amount represents. Here in the updated section, you have the ability to increase or decrease from this point. So if you said, I need to add 2 additional licenses for the 2 new employees that I'm going to be adding, I can add those to the cart. They up here in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see a little shopping cart. We probably all have shopped online and are used to seeing shopping carts. So this is our shopping cart, and there's currently 1 item in there. If I go back to E3, one of the things that you're going to see here is a button over here under add-ons. You're going to see add offers. Adding offers there are many of the SKUs and the licenses that are they're available through Microsoft have things that you can add on to them as just additional layers of, for example, Office 365 Advanced Threat Protection. You can buy that separately, or you can buy it as an add-on to an existing license. So we have these different add-on licenses here in the solution so that you can do this. We don't have all of them in here right now because there are other add-on offers like domestic calling plans and other things that are available, but for demo purposes we've restricted it a little bit so you could see it. But if you came in here and said, I need to add 2 phone system SKUs for some of my E3 users, you can come in here and do that, and you can add the offers to the cart. Your cart has now got 2 items in it. You can, come back, and have that all set up. If you wanted to come in here and under Visio, you said, I've got 12 of these licenses, but 2 of my users are not really using Visio. I don't need that many. I only need 10. You can come in here and decrease that, add that to the cart. It's thinking, okay, and because I really like Power BI Pro, I want to get 10 people using that. I'm going to add those to the cart. So in this process, I've got multiple things in the cart. I've added licenses, I've decreased licenses, and I've added a few new SKUs at the same time. Okay, so you have an option here to say ready to check out. You can check out, or you have the option of just going to the shopping cart and clicking on that to be able to do that. Okay, so here's your cart. So you've got the summary of what you're going to do here, and has this information. A couple things. If you come here and you say, I realize that you've made a mistake, you have the ability to edit and correct the information one of two ways. You can delete any of these lines that are here and go back to the subscription page and correct it, or you also have the ability to edit it right here, where you can click edit. It would open that same screen and you could correct your order from here. So you have either option to be able to do that, and that's what these icons are here over to the left for you to be able to do that. It's also showing you what your previous monthly prices are and what your new prices are, not only for your increased licenses, but your decreased licenses at the same time. So anyway, so I'm going to check out. So what we see here is we see the checkout information that's here. One of the things you're going to note is in here that there is a prorated price. So down here in the bottom, in this area right here, you're going to notice that what's going to happen anytime that you provision either decrease or increase licenses that is not at the anniversary date, we're always going to prorate your invoice, your license additions, so all of your licenses renew on the same date. So this is a proration. So for this particular client, this is a client that's getting billed monthly. So we are prorating the charges for this license from until 3/1/2019, which is their next billing cycle, and so we've prorated their invoices to that point. So if you're an annual customer or a quarterly customer or whatever that frequency is, then when you add these licenses in the middle, it's always going to prorate to your next licensing anniversary date, so that all licenses align at renewal time. Okay. So you see here that there are all the quantity changes. You can see here with Vizio, we took away 2 licenses. There's a prorated price here in the discount. And this discount is offsetting and reducing your total charges that are here. So those credits and license reductions are being applied here against the rest of the order and in the rest of the cart. One caveat here, though, that I want to bring up is that if you come in and all you were doing was decreasing your Vizio licenses, you would decrease that. You would get your credit for $2.86, and that would go onto your account, the $2.86. One of the new features that we're going to be adding and will be coming in kind of, let's say, V2 of the portal, will be the ability for you to take those credited amounts and apply them to future invoices, or like if you were to come in at a later date and you have canceled some invoices, you could take that credit and apply it towards your payments. There's a process now that we're fixing to be able to do that, and you'll be able to do that. But in the meantime, we will have to, if you have credits on your account, contact us. We have to post these to your account in the system manually right now so that they could be used for future invoice payments. But if you're doing reductions at the same time as you're doing additions, it will offset against the transaction and do that. So if this is here, you've kind of confirmed it. So the order is confirmed. So here is where you have the option to choose your payment, how you want to pay for these accounts. This is setting here because on the billing profile, I had my Visa as the default. But you see here by clicking the drop down, I have the ability to either use my default Visa, or I can use my ACH account, which I had set up in my profile and had verified. So that becomes an approved payment profile that I can utilize. But when you come to a normal transaction, it is going to default to your default type that is set up in your billing profile screen. Now, if you said, I don't want to use my default payment profile, I don't want to use my ACH, I need to use a different credit card, here you have the ability to type that in and can use that credit card for that transaction. That's different from the profiles that you have set up. So you do have the flexibility to be able to do that. So let's just go back here, and I'm going to go ahead and process this using the Visa. This process comes through, the payment's been processed successfully, downloaded, it's paid. You have the ability here to click on the download button and you will see that you can have a PDF version of the invoice here. So this is, you have a PDF here. You can see in the upper right hand screen here, you can again download this here in your PDF editor, download it to your local computer, and you have the print option to be able to print it. So again, you have the ability to download and get a hard copy and a electronic version of the invoice. Okay. So that payment is processed, it's been done, you've added and provisioned your licenses, and you'll notice here that we had 3 E3 licenses. We increased it to 2. They're already showing up in the tenant, and we've got the Visio and the Power BI Pro licenses and everything showing up. So let me just refresh. And you can see I had to refresh, but I also have my phone system licenses showing. So if you have add-on offers under any of these licenses that are there and are available, these will also, on your main subscription page, any add-on offers that you have that are a part of one of these other SKUs, they will be listed and will show up on your main licensing page as well. So anyway, I think that is kind of walking through most of it. There's also open invoices here, because this is a client that, you know, for all of our clients, we require billing. So you really don't have any open invoices that you are working with or have. So there's no open invoices, but if you wanted to ever come back and look at all of your invoices, you can see this is the invoice we just did on the demo today, but you can click on, go to open invoices, and then if there are open invoices there, you could see them, but you can also click on the all invoice button and have access to all your historical information of invoices and everything that you've processed through the system to see and have history of those. Okay. Mary, I think that's about it on my end. Do we have any questions or anything come in at this point?
We do.
Okay.
We just had a question come in. What about new products that we do not already have a subscription for? Can we purchase those through here, or do we need to go through sales?
Currently, we'll touch on that. That is one of, currently you would have to go through sales, okay, for that right now. The Microsoft licensing is a little complicated, and we're making a little bit of changes in the connection that we have with Microsoft right now to be able to add those licenses. So you would see under the in the new version that we'll be releasing, and you'll get at a later time, under subscription, there will be offers. So if you said, I have Office 365 E3 and I now want to add E5 licenses, or I need to add additional business premium or other types of licenses, you will see those under the offers page, and you will be able to add those in there, and that will be a new release that's coming fairly shortly for you to be able to add new offers and new license SKUs that you don't already have.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Okay.
We have another question here. Can I manage my Dynamics GP licensing through here? I can answer that question. At this time, you cannot. That Dynamics GP is still a very manual process with Microsoft, where the partner receives the order from the client, and then we actually submit the order through the order desk, through the Dynamics licensing. So no, not at this time. We would like to eventually get that automated, and we'll talk about some of that in our next steps.
Right. So Dynamics CRM licenses, Dynamics 365 CRM licenses can be managed through this, Dynamics 365 Business Central, Power BI Pro, obviously Visio, Project Online, obviously your phone system and domestic calling plans, most of all of the WebDirect solutions, but yeah, GP, Solomon, Nav, some of the CRM on-premise licensing, those are not going to be able to be managed and licensed through, managed through here.
Okay, we have another question here. After I complete my purchase, will I receive a paid invoice with a $0 amount?
Well, this here is when you download This is the paid invoice that you're going to have. It has the total and then the payment here. So this would be here to be able to download, and we are looking at an email notification to be able to send out, either get you back to a link of the downloaded the paid invoice, or being able to attach it to an email after it's done. But it is totally accessible right here before you leave the site to download the paid invoice.
Perfect. Thanks, Steve. That's all the questions we have for right now. So I'm going to switch back here to the PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Steve, can you see my screen?
We can. We got it. Thanks.
Okay, great. Okay, so we've talked about some upcoming things. So just a quick overview of our roadmap. Obviously, this is a brand new portal, and we're going to be adding more features and functionality as we go along. We have a pretty vast roadmap here. We're looking at enhancing the UI of the portal, making it a little bit more user-friendly, a little bit more visually interesting. The ability to add new licensing SKUs, like one of our questions came in. Yes, we are looking at adding that ability relatively soon. Renewal invoicing and automated payment options. So that's going to be also one of our quick features that we're going to add relatively soon as well, to be able to set up automatic billing, and that will be a requirement for all new KTL customers moving forward, that with your cloud licensing, you'll automatically be set up on recurring billing. We're going to be making some additions to the homepage, so a licensing summary, so you can see all of your licenses and how they're assigned. So if you have 100 Power BI licenses, you'll be able to quickly see that you only have about 80 of them assigned. So if you went in there to add any, you know right off the bat that you don't need to. A billing summary, so your monthly billing or quarterly or annually, however you're being billed with KTL, any renewal dates that you have upcoming, and KPIs of your tenant, so license usage and anything like that. Another thing that we're going to be adding very soon is Azure consumption billing. So you might be a Microsoft Azure customer with KTL right now, have infrastructure that's managed there by KTL. Right now, that's not being billed through this portal. We are looking to add that functionality. If you're a KTL managed service customer, we're actually looking to add that functionality as well, so you can manage your monthly managed services or KTL 360 billing. And we're looking for any user feedback or recommendations. Anything you see that you think should be an added feature or is not working correctly for you, or you think could be improved, please send us an email and let us know. We definitely want all of your feedback through this. So we've shown you this whole portal, and it looks great and you want to get using it. So what do you need to do next? We're asking everyone to send an email to Disha Patel, and her email is right here at KTL. She's our inside salesperson, and she's going to get you set up with the portal. So she's going to add your designated users to the portal. So anyone from your organization that you think should be able to have access to this and be able to add or decrease licenses, send their information over and we will get them set up and let you know. You'll receive an email back from Disha when your account and users are set up. You can then log in and start verifying your current licensing counts. If anything looks incorrect, please let us know. But it's pulling directly from the Office 365 admin portal, so it should all be correct. And then immediately you're going to want to set up your default billing profile. Steve showed you how to set up the ACH as a billing profile. I would suggest getting this set up off the bat, since you do have to wait for those microtransactions to hit your account and then enter them in. It can take 1 to 2 business days. So I would suggest setting that up off the bat so you can get rolling with that. And then you can also add in a credit card billing account as well. If you have licenses, like we mentioned, that are managed through other licensing vehicles like WebDirect or an enterprise agreement or another partner, and you want to get them moved over so that you can manage them all within this portal, please let your KTL account manager know, and we'll help you with that, and we can get it all moved over so that it's streamlined and you're managing all of your licenses in one place. And then from there, you can start managing your licenses. Now, if you're here today and you're not a KTL Cloud customer, please reach out to either Steve or I, and we can get you set up with start to move your licenses to the cloud, or look at any other migrations that you're looking to do if you're all on premise right now. If you're on an EA, contact KTL to price out licenses around your anniversary date, since you are locked into either a 1-year or 3-year agreement. All right, so if you guys have any other questions, please let us know and send us an email. I don't see any other questions in the chat box right now, but don't be afraid to reach out. And thanks, everybody.
Thank you.